XRP holders. Something interesting just happened to XRP. Or actually, it didn't happen a couple of weeks ago. That's potentially a better way to say it. Now, I can't tell you it's that big of a deal, but I think it's on a lot of people's minds. And truth be told, the underlying implications of this are on people's mind in like the foreground, the forefront. This is what everybody is talking about when it comes to XRP. Let's not waste time. So, what happened just yesterday? Today officially actually. 400 million XRP was unlocked from escrow at Ripple. I've received enough DMs for a lifetime about people asking me why this is the case, what's going on, is this good, is this bad, and like I just said at the start, people have been asking questions every single day about the escrow as a concept. And the fun part is, I understand very much so why people are having questions. Because if Ripple's got so much XRP, can't they just dump it all on us? Will they be doing that over the next few months? What's going on? And is this that it malfunctioned? Because normally it's always on the first of the month, right? Well, interesting. There was a memo attached to the massive escrow execution. February escrow was not executed. Welcome back, Holder and John Dean. Now, to answer the question, BONK asked if it's an escrow unlock, what conditions have been met to release this amount of XRP from escrow? David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple. Any particular reason for this 400 million timely date release on 25th of February? Curious to know, am I missing something here? And David Schwartz had a response. Specifically, he said, or actually it was somebody else who says, to date. Oh, never mind. He said, conditions can vary, but the only condition for the escrow contracts Ripple made is time. Once the time condition has occurred, anyone can trigger the escrow finish transaction. The reason there was 400 million and not 1 billion is because there are multiple escrows that are set for the same date. So for example, there's another that's 600 million or another 400 million and a 200 million. And David says the above two tweets are correct. That story, this is, by the way, this is like 15 minutes ago. So you can see it's really fresh. Potentially there's more added to this soon. Thanks for the info. I thought when the escrow was set for release, they were set to 1 billion at the beginning of the month, and whatever was left over would return back to escrow. I kind of thought that too. Does this mean this returned escrow could be one of those returned 400 million or 600 million? How was it set initially? And David says the escrow expired at the beginning of the month, but the XRP is still sitting in the expired escrow until someone, anybody, cancels it. Many escrows are split into multiple escrows that expire at the same time for administrative convenience, and so it's honestly all not that big a deal. What is a big deal though is people asking me every single day, Dusty, when will XRP pump? When is it finally the day that it's gonna go to the freaking moon? I'll just give you guys the rundown of exactly my plan with XRP. Simply put, there are 3 different scenarios I see for XRP. Scenario number 1. It gets the adoption that a lot of you guys are hoping for. It goes crazy on the big screens everywhere. Crazy price surges, crazy interest, ETFs, everything you can name, and the price goes wild. Scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, it's like middle ground where it just goes along with the bull market, does, let's say, for example, a 20x, let's say it goes to $10, $12 or something, and then it just comes down like other altcoins, nothing too particular, nothing too special, just the normal, basically expectation for any altcoin. And then there's scenario number 3, very unlikely, but plausible, possible. It kind of does garbage. And I mean, if you take a look at the coin market cap or any list, there are some altcoins which time after time people have faith in, but they'll never regain their old glories. And I'm thinking of an EOS, a Litecoin, and I made a video a while back comparing the 2013 to the 2023 crypto market. All the coins that were hot back then in the top 10, they ain't around no more. Point being, not every coin relives its previous experience. I ain't saying it's going to happen. I'm saying those are my 3 options. However, simple probability is if the bull market comes around, what are the chances that a coin that had so much excitement before is in the top of the top on everybody's spotlight and everybody's waiting to go crazy on, but they're just waiting for a spark, won't do well? It's not like Litecoin where the founder gave up. It's not like a lot of other projects that were garbage from the start. There's a lot to this one. The community is crazy excited. Everybody is, but they're just lacking a little bit of the excitement. What I mean with that is people are excited about something in the back of their minds, but not in the front of it. It's like, I bought this coin because I thought it would be amazing. I like the community. I think the ideas are nice, but in the forefront, nothing really too much is happening. But you know that once it does, once there's a little bit of a spark somewhere, because you've been putting a lot of gas underneath it already, it's going to have a big freaking flame. But the spark needs to happen. Point being here, I think the most likely scenario is just scenario number 2. I'm not going to do that. But basically the second scenario is the highest likelihood, which is over the 2024-2025 run. Nothing too crazy is going to happen. I do believe we will see an XRP ETF. Brad Garlinghouse was talking about it recently that it would be pretty logical if it were to come up and that the price does do some pretty crazy numbers. Again, I am not satisfied if it doesn't go to, I'm going to say at least at the minimum $10, but I'm personally thinking more higher than that even. I mean, we can see Ethereum is starting to blow up, and I just took a look at some of my older videos. An older video I made, Ethereum was $600, XRP was 56 cents. Ethereum is right now 3,100, XRP is 56 cents. And from that perspective, I keep thinking this one, to make it worth it for me, has to do some really, really crazy numbers. But the most important part is I can wait. If this coin is really set for some crazy success over time, I'm willing to wait. I mean, I've added everything to just long-term bags. They're all in ledgers. They're all in long-term storage. I ain't trying to sell it real quick tomorrow or anything. I don't really do that for many altcoins anyway. A lot of them I hold for multiple cycles because I'm just kind of too lazy to speculate on the price on some of them. Bitcoin, for example, as well. I hold throughout the bear, throughout the bull. I don't care if the price goes up or down. Just want to have more coins. But then a lot is on shorter-term periods where you sometimes sell it when things are doing good. So you could potentially buy back later or buy back when it's hyped up. And that's another fun part, which is, let's say scenario 2 were to happen. You now have to ask yourself, do you believe, if XRP does go to $10, whatever, that it's now over from there? That it's now never going to do well again? Because at that point, at some point, you might want to sell it, right? If we're going into a bear market. But then when will you buy back? That's always another difficult part of it. So coming back to what I was trying to say. I think the pump will happen, but it might just need to wait for itself. I mean, Ethereum and a lot of altcoins are doing really, really well, and XRP ain't in the top of the top brackets, but I mean, the altcoin season is starting. We're not at the peak of it yet. Like I said, normally in peak altcoin season, every single coin here in this little list goes up 20, 30, 40% every single day. I think, like I said yesterday, that the start of it might have been signified now with Uniswap going up like 75, 80% in a day, a coin that's in the top 20. That really showed the strength. A couple of my bigger altcoins are also doing amazing. And that is really putting into my head that the excitement waves have started. They're not at all-time high points, but at least it started. And that's why I keep thinking right now is the time to show some patience. And as long as you planned out well, like I always say, by diversifying into different coins. You guys don't want to know just how unholy the amount of 𝗘𝗀 that I have is. I've got so much money in 𝗘𝗀, it's insanity. And I think last night it did like 75% gains in a day or so. And yeah, I'm having a blast. If you are not having a blast the last 2 weeks, you're doing it wrong. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to scream at your face because I really respect every single person watching these videos because you're trying. And if you don't get it right the first time, it's not a big deal. You have time. I keep saying it's your last chance to be early because, again, over the last 2 weeks, I think I've at least doubled my portfolio over the last, let's say, 3 or so weeks. Even with XRP doing nothing. Even if XRP was half your portfolio, pick a number. It means other coins have to do 4x, but I mean, 𝗘𝗀. I think over the last month, yeah, you see here, over the last month has also quadrupled. But a lot of my other crazy smaller coins are also just going wild, wild, wild. We've also been on it with the trades recently because I've told you many times, it ain't that hard. And now, if I was not truly here for you guys, but I am, but if I wasn't, I would have told you now, guys, XRP, it's the only thing you will ever need. Because I think that would do better for likes. I think some people are so tunnel visioned to only liking XRP that it would work the best. But Guys, I'm no little child no more. I'm not here to entertain only a select few people, even though there's thousands of them, who only want to hear about one thing. Let's really talk about how to maximize the growth opportunity here. Let's talk about how to maximize opportunities in the bull market. Let's talk about quadrupling, quintupling, 10xing your portfolio with the highest probability. Not just, let's believe. I don't like that too much. Can XRP do a 20x or so? Yes. Again, I am not really touching it until it hits at least $10. But even then, I think it's just nice to see the portfolio being high. I'm not sure if I could actually cross it over my heart to sell something. That being said, if you've only got 1 or 2 or even 3 coins in your portfolio, my personal thoughts is sell some coins or get more money into this space, if you can, of course, afford to lose it, and diversify more, because even I and nobody out there knows exactly which coins will do amazing, but following the logical probability, some have a very high likelihood, some are really exciting, and I go for them and it just keeps on working. Once more, I'm no guru. I'm telling you right now, it's based on probability, and this works in a bull market in good times. I've been preparing you guys for this for over a year. It's been more than a year of bull market. It's just not the altcoin season part, but if you've been watching the channel for at least a year or two and you've not made crazy tons of money, then I think you're, I don't know what you're doing, man. I really don't know what to tell you, man. Like, even if you started out with $100, keep multiplying, keep going for crazy opportunities, keep trying these test nets, keep going for these airdrops. XRP, I think, will shine for itself. Another strategy you could go for, by the way, this is something a little bit more advanced, but could also work. On Bybit, I often have an XRP long open, as you guys know. Very often, it's low leverage because I want to keep it open for longer periods of time, and I want to add to it with my martingale strategy. Now, if you did that throughout the last couple of weeks, months, days, whatever, you would have been in crazy amounts of profit. And that's another fun part that people don't understand. You don't need to have tons of money to make tons of profit. You don't need to make tons of gains in terms of XRP being up 10% or whatever in a day to make tons of money. There are people who are, sometimes I get angry that people don't understand this and they go to my comment section writing such dumb stuff. But hey, let people be ignorant, and I'm roasting people now because it is. I'm not joking when I make these videos. I know what I'm talking about. Some people only need the XP price to go up 0.1%, 1%, whatever. And they're happy for the next 4 months, year, maybe their lifetime. Can you understand what I'm talking about? If you look at the top traders on exchanges, there are people making tens of millions of dollars over their time, or perhaps a year, depending, of course, on which year we're talking about. And no, not all of them started out rich, and no, not all of them got lucky. Some notice a pattern, and some understand some very basic strategies, but they're just consistent. One of them being, for example, what I talked about in OKX with that martingale. In a bull market, it's just beautiful. In a bear market, that's what cost me a lot of money, so do remember that. At least, oh no, I don't even want to say the number anymore. In bull markets, it's just amazing. If you, for example, buy XRP on the way down lower, every time it bumps up, you can make tons of profit, especially if you do it incrementally. So please don't come at me saying you're in a loss on any coin. If you really are not in profit on any coin out there, it was the wrong coin. If you're not in profit on XRP, you made big mistakes, my friend. Then please reconsider. Watch my videos even more religiously, because it's maybe I'm doing it wrong. And if I am, please explain it to me where you went wrong, just maybe on Discord or something, or on Telegram, write it out. Because then I can know how to properly explain the story a little bit better. Because it sometimes amazes me that people say they've not been doing too well in the crypto space, even though everything is pumping. And even though XRP is only up, what, 5% or so? If you're not making a crazy ton of money off of it, you might not be using your tools to the best of your ability. Or you might be restricted because you're in an annoying country. Could be also. Make sure you press that like button, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with another crypto update. And that's about it.